Welcome to Survive on a Budget Made Easy. Your home for all the info you need to know when you're just trying to survive on a budget. We're in the kitchen again, and that can only mean one thing. Time for another budget recipe. This time, we're doing pickled eggs, and these ain't your daddy's pickled eggs. More on that right after this. Okay, welcome back to Survive on a Budget Made Easy. Like I said, we're doing pickled eggs. I do them a little bit differently from other people, so come join me over here by the stovetop, and we'll get to making pickled eggs. Okay, a few items you're gonna need. You're gonna need some eggs, some red beets, apple cider vinegar, a measuring cup. I'm using a strainer. If you got it, great. If you don't, that's fine too. Got some onion and some jalapenos. Now, the main thing with doing pickled eggs is timing. Usually takes me about 21 days to do pickled eggs. I'll buy my eggs, I'll let them sit in the fridge for about 2 weeks. That way, when you boil them, they're a lot easier to peel. I know people got all kinds of tricks, but the best one that ever worked for me was leaving them in the fridge. Then I let them in the jar for another week so they almost get purple down to the yolk. But enough rambling, let's go ahead and get started. Now I got 2 jars of pickled eggs. Now you're gonna have to measure this. I know you're not used to me measuring, but trust me, you gotta measure it. Then take your red beets, put them in your jar. Now we're right at we're right at just above 3/4. I'd show you, but I'm afraid I'll spill it. It's hitting right about here. It's hitting at 7 ounces. Put that in your pot. Take your next can, same thing. And that's why you measure it, because, well, you end up spilling it. We're going to put that jar to the side. And this time, we're right at 3/4. We're going to take our apple cider vinegar, pour 3/4. And pour just over 3/4. Now you know why I wore an apron. Now we're going to need some sugar. Going to do 3/4. Another 3/4 and a little bit extra. Now you want to bring that to a boil. You definitely want to keep an eye on this because I walked away before and it boiled over and I just had a complete mess. We're going to go ahead and stick half of our onions in the sink. Now this was just, I'm going to say, a medium-sized white onion. Stick one of the jalapenos in there. We just gotta wait for this to boil. While we're waiting, I'm gonna stick this in the sink because I'm gonna pour this in the sink, and that way if I make a mess, well, it's in the sink. You want to occasionally stir it. We're just trying to get that sugar to completely dissolve into it. Now, if you're using a plastic container, no, I'm using a glass one, you're going to want to let this cool off, because if you don't, you're just going to melt the plastic container. But in my opinion, a glass container is the best. Okay, let's take this off the heat and pour it in the jar. Carefully pour it in the jar. Now, for those wondering, yeah, I did spill some of it. That's why I'm putting it on the plate. That way I keep the mess off the counter. Go ahead, add your eggs. Add your red beets. Now, if I wouldn't have spilled it, I'd covered that perfectly. Add your other jalapeno. Put your lid on. Give it a little shake. Then you're going to want to put this in the refrigerator. Like I said, I like to leave mine in here for about a week so they get nice and purple on the inside. If you don't want them that purple, after 24 hours, check one. If you want it more purple, wait another day and just continue the process. But I like mine for at least a week. Okay, do me a favor, click that subscribe button somewhere up here. And as always, thank you for watching.